Good afternoon. Today is Wednesday, January 6, 2021, and this is our second quarter Parent Advisory Council meeting. We are making that meeting, if you missed it live, available to you online, and so you can watch the duration of this video to find out some behind the scenes information and tips and tricks related to your middle school child's success.
Last month, we wanted to just give everyone an overview, and the last month's PAC meeting can be found on our middle school website. But here on this slide, it outlines everything that we went over during our October PAC meeting. We addressed issues including our homework hotline, the Cyber Academy and remote schedules that are available on our website. We gave a Canvas overview with Mrs. Harris, one of our 7th grade teachers. We went over the new attendance procedures for this school year, the COVID-19 mitigation efforts that we have embarked on within our schools this year. We also gave an overview of our updated family and student handbook and food services related to everything that we're providing students as far as nutrition and nourishment this year. And all of that can be found on the recording on our website. So with us today, we are happy to have Mrs. Danny Rudolph, who is our middle school technology assistant, and she's here to provide us with a live overview of our educational technology so that you have the most common go-tos, troubleshooting tips, and areas in order to support your child with all of their technology needs and our school-issued devices. So without further ado, I'm going to hand it over here to Miss Danny Rudolph.
Thank you, Mr. Maurer. I appreciate it. Hello, everyone. And first, I want to thank you for allowing me to speak today. We're going to start off first with any information that you might have questions about your laptop, even if you have a child that's in the elementary school with the iPad, you can always go to the technology guide, which is located on the school website. I've added a link here on this presentation. If you go under technology services under district, you'll go to the one-to-one initiative page, and the technology guide's there. There you'll find updates on how to update Google, how to update Windows, again, running through updates with Windows, doing anything positive. It'll say install now, download here, restart. All those are positive things to do to help make your computer run more efficiently. Also, clearing the cache and the history in your Google is always good to do at least once a week, maybe every other week. And same with the updates every other week. A lot of questions we've been having this year are when Windows expires. Unfortunately, since a lot of the students are off campus this year, they have not connected with the school network in so long. So usually it's about 3 to 6 months if the computer is away from the network that a screen will pop up. It's green and it'll say Windows is about to expire. If that is the case and you are a cyber student, you'll want to come up maybe in the evening and get as close as you can to a door and turn your computer on, log in, and once you get to the main page and it logs in, you'll see in the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see the 3 little rainbow lines that'll say that you're connected to the Wi-Fi. Leave it up for about 3 or 4 minutes, and then restart your computer, and then log in again. And after that, the Windows Expire message should go away. Again, you're just reconnecting with our network. Any student that is hybrid, the first day you come back, it will reset as soon as you log back into the network. With us being off these last few weeks, we have had a few issues with this. Again, just drive up in the evening whenever you can, even during school if you have time to get away, and just get as close as you can to a door and you can resync with the network. We've also had a lot of questions about printing at home. Unfortunately, we do not have, students do not have administrative access to add printers to their devices since they are school-issued devices. You can try connecting your printer with a USB cable and see if that works. If not, do not hesitate to ask any of your teachers They have been all very accommodating in printing copies and getting them to your students. And again, we don't have the printing capabilities here at school because of the pandemic that's going on. Other issues would be my microphone's muted. I can't hear anybody in my Google Meet. Sometimes if you look on your student's keyboard, there's F4 button and there's a little white dot next to it. Sometimes that gets hit and that mutes everything. So to fix that, you would hit F function, which is the FN button on your lower left-hand side of your keyboard, and hold that down and then press the F4. That light will go out and your microphone should be restored. If you're not able to fix it that way, refer back to the technology guide. There are steps in there to go further in clearing your microphone issues. If any chance you're trouble with your computer and you're not able to turn your school device on, I've provided the ClassLink website. So any personal device, you can log in there and pull up your ClassLink, your student's ClassLink, and they can work straight from there. We've had a little bit of issue with that here and there. There's also the Canvas login as well, and that's on the technology guide there. Again, furthermore, if you have any issues, do not hesitate to email techsupport@southfayette.org. If I am not here, one of the other techs will answer your email. Give us, an hour or two because we may be running around doing stuff for the district, but we will get back to you. And again, any questions, do not hesitate. Just email tech support and I will respond. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Rudolph, for giving us that overview and those updates and troubleshooting tips. Thank you for being available for families. We appreciate it. So for this quarterly PAC meeting, we wanted to include a club spotlight. Our middle school offers a wide range of clubs, activities, events. Some have been impacted this year by the pandemic, but nevertheless, we are offering as many clubs as we can throughout the school year for students to take part in. And we are thrilled to have our newspaper club sponsor with us, who's also our aquatics and health teacher, Mrs. Sarah Kremenese, and she is going to give us an overview of one of our many clubs, which can be found in our family student handbook. You can see the long list of clubs that we offer. But today we have Mrs. Kremenese here with us to give an overview of the newspaper club and our famous Between the Lions digital newspaper. So Sarah, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll let you kind of give us that overview.
Yes, thank you. So this is actually my first year sponsoring the newspaper club for the middle school. So it's been a huge learning experience, going from never doing it to now doing it remotely. I am extremely proud of our students who have contacted me and joined the club this year. They have surpassed any expectations that I have ever had for this club and our end product. This is our second edition of the Between the Lions for this year. We did one first quarter and we finished and published our second one right before winter break. We are meeting remotely. We are not doing any in-person meetings this year, just for the safety and comfort for all of the students who are participating. And I also wanted to be able to include the students who are like fully cyber students. So I took a few polls, we had a few meetings and conversations, and it seems that the best time for them tends to be 8 p.m. in the evenings. So I have been having like bi-weekly meetings at 8 p.m. With all of their sports and activities and other clubs. That seems to be the time that works best for them. So typically we meet once or twice and we discuss different topics and ideas. We have a Canvas group that I created where we have a discussion board where the students and I go back and forth on different topics that we can write about, and then people select what they want to write about or if they have other ideas. It's actually been working out like perfectly and flawlessly, so I was really happy with that. We also have a link on there. Mr. Maurer, if you could click on the Between the Lions, I think I linked that to the website. That way you can see what we have. So on here, we have all of the different categories or the topics that kind of classify all of the areas. But also what I wanted to point out is the Contact Us button. It worked out really well after the first edition. I asked people if they had any ideas or what they wanted to read about or what they wanted to see included in the yearbook. We had a couple of students not in the club who actually responded to that and asked us to include their sports, their activities. It was just really cool to see what the middle schoolers came up with and what they wanted to see. We try to get a wide range of topics for students to read and for our students in the club to write about. Like I said, I'm really, really proud of these students, and it's like a constant revolving door. If a student contacts me and they're like, "Hey, I want to write for the newspaper," I'm like, "Oh, come on." So I just take them however many, it doesn't matter. So like I said, I'm just really proud of the end result. The kids worked really hard, especially in this really challenging year. I can include the link, and Mr. Maurer can share the link if anyone would like to access the newspaper to look over some of the articles. I also included the first edition on there if anybody wanted to go back and read the previous one. So that's the newspaper.
And Mrs. Cremonese and the student staff writers should be very proud. We do get to see and read the newspaper, and it is quite a diverse collection of different perspectives and topics, and student generated, which is always good. I know that Mrs. Cremonese is leading them strongly, but they are doing the work on their own, and they're writing in and generating the ideas, and they just have done a fantastic job. And I think it's a small thing that keeps our students connected to the community that's been hard to keep intact as it has been in the past, since we've been in and out and remote and hybrid and summer cyber. But it is something that can unify and remind all of us how we're connected. So they should be proud. They've done an excellent job.
So thank you very much, Mrs. Cremonese, for providing that overview. We are so thrilled to be able to provide this club and several other clubs, even during this unprecedented time, being able to provide those experiences for our students. And it's due to the hard work of our students and our faculty and staff. We wanted to, again, give a spotlight of the available resources for students. We know that the pandemic has brought on a variety of challenges for our students and families, and we wanted to just bring, again, attention to the resources that we do have for students, whether it be mental health services or just counseling, academic counseling, social and emotional support and needs. And so we provided the list of our school counselors. We have 3 here at the middle school, and they are arranged by Alpha Cut here. As you see, Mrs. Justina Perrott does assist students with last names A through G. Miss Taylor Connors, students with last names H through O, and Mr. Michael Perrott does service students with last names P to Z. But all 3 counselors are available to all students throughout the school year. We also are pleased to provide a school social worker who does assist our middle school students and families, Mr. Tanner Jones, and his contact information is there as well. We also have a school-based mental health service available to us that is a third party and processed through family's insurance provider. And all of those are available. So if you ever feel the need that is something that your child desires or needs, always don't hesitate to reach out to the school for those resources. So upcoming events is an area that we wanted to just bring to light for our parents. Martin Luther King Jr. Day is upcoming on January 18th, which will be here before we know it. And we are excited to have some planned events happening actually throughout the entire school district under the direction of our Shout Club, students under the direction of Dr. Chuck Herring, who is our Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion for the school district. And more information will be forthcoming regarding all the events for this day, but just to highlight that the hashtag handprints heal footprints framework will be utilized this year in a digital format where students are creating social handprints, which are used to combat unjust footprints, as the Shout group calls them. And they're going to be creative in creating these handprints, which might be gestures or words to help heal those unjust footprints. And they're looking as a group to provide this from home this year with the pandemic restrictions. There's also going to be a letter writing campaign that is driven by this group that is going to create an opportunity for our students and staff to write letters for essential workers who are working tirelessly through the pandemic. So lots of great things to honor Martin Luther King on January 18th. We also have some other upcoming events that are more middle school specific, including one this Friday. We are very excited that our local football team is in the playoffs, and we are hoping that they proceed through the playoffs. And we're going to give hopefully some good luck to the team by wearing black and gold and giving some good luck to the team this Friday during our Black and Gold Spirit Day. The end of the grading period is upon us. It's coming up on January 28th. And at that time, report cards will be coming out, and they'll be made official online, where you can log into PowerSchool to check your student's final grade for the end of Q2. And that will be available on February 5th. There is no school for students on January 29th because of the end of the grading period on the 28th, and also an opportunity for your student to have a picture retake will be available on January 26th, and more information will be sent to families through school messenger and email regarding details for picture retake day.
Just a reminder and a reinforcement of a communication that came out from the district and Dr. Laquette. The middle school, along with the high school, grades 6 through 12, are returning to the hybrid model on Monday, January 11th. So students will be following their assigned groups. If they were hybrid group 1 before we went fully remote before the winter break, they'll be attending Monday and Tuesday with hybrid group 1. And then those who were hybrid group 2 will be attending Thursday and Friday. The asynchronous Wednesdays will be remote for all students. We will continue in this hybrid fashion until the end of the second 9 weeks, which is at that January 28th marking point. And then it is anticipated that we will return with all students, all hybrid groups, integrating and meshing as one and coming full in-person 4 days, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, with everybody still maintaining the asynchronous remote Wednesdays. And again, beginning that for the third 9 weeks on February 1st. If you are considering a change in your child's learning platform for the third 9 weeks, so if your child is currently enrolled as a hybrid student and you would like them to be cyber for the third 9 weeks, or if they are currently cyber and you would like to have them return to in-person learning, and again, this is for the third 9 weeks, you need to email me by January 15th, Friday, January 15th, KM and my last name Deichler at southfayette.org, just letting me know your child or children and what the change request is that's being made. But that was all in the communication from Dr. Laquette and some upcoming changes back to in-person learning.
Because our PAC meetings are quarterly, we know that we will not be having a PAC meeting in February. The next PAC meeting will occur in March. So we wanted to highlight other events happening for Black History Month, which is February upcoming here. And planned events across the district are happening currently right now with our faculty members and students of, again, the Shout Club and several faculty members across the school district, along with Dr. Herring, are working to write lesson plans that will be available for all students, that will be age appropriate and developmentally appropriate lessons that will be posted onto Canvas. And the goal is to have every student in each building be exposed to and participate in learning about important persons and events regarding people from the African diaspora in the United States. The hope is to spark curiosity and a desire to investigate more American history. So we're very excited to be able to provide events, activities related to Black History Month next month. That concludes our PAC meeting for this quarter. We are looking forward to presenting our quarterly PAC meeting on March 3rd at 9 a.m., which you can log on using the link that will be provided through our announcements, our middle school announcements, and on the website. So if you click that link, you can join us on Google Meet live, or you can watch our recording that will be made available after the meeting on our website. So again, we thank our guests today, Ms. Rudolph, Mrs. Kremenese. Thank you so much for your guidance and support. And we thank all of the parents and families for joining us in this presentation. Thank you very much.